Hey, hello everyone, this is Mayur. Welcome to ML Works. In this video, we'll talk about a library called as Yellowbrick, which is a visualization library that integrates well with the machine learning pipeline. And in my experience, I have used many libraries for visualization like Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly. And what I've noticed is there are you have to use a separate script or you have to write a lot of code for what generating a simple visualization. And even it becomes a little tricky when it comes to you have to apply x-axis, y-axis, and then you have to rotate those x-axis. And so there are like a lot of challenges I felt when it comes to writing with these libraries. And when it comes to Yellowbrick, it is much more simpler. What I felt is you can directly, seamlessly integrate your code, Yellowbrick code, with a machine learning pipeline. And just like how we would do it for what sklearn, like fit and predict, right? We can do what fit and score in Yellowbrick, and it will give you the visualization. So with that, what I'll do is I'll just install Yellowbrick. So if you see here, we have installation of Yellowbrick. You just have to do pip3 install Yellowbrick, which has dependency on Matplotlib and sklearn. And I have already installed Yellowbrick in my local, and you just have to do it in your system. Pip3 install Yellowbrick, and it will install Yellowbrick in your system. And once that is installed, what we'll do is first we'll work on a classification problem and how we can use that classification problem as an input into our Yellowbrick library to generate a classification report. Okay, so the first thing what I do is I import yellowbrick.classifier. From yellowbrick.classifier import classification report. And then like a regular ML model flow, what we do is we load a model for classification, that is logistic regression. Then we load a data set. So here it is iris dataset, which is a flower dataset, which has 4 features and 3 classes. And then we do train test split. And we also have something Yellowbrick provides us for a visualization is parallel coordinates, which we'll look later. So first what I'll do is first I'll initialize the model. Model is equal to logistic regression. And then we'll also initialize visualizer, that is classification report. And we'll put our model, which was initialized in the previous step, into classification report. And then as usual we have to get our data x and y from our data set, and we have to split our data set from test and train, just like how we have done here. Normally what we'll do is model.fit will do. Since we have pushed our model initializer into visualizer, we just have to do visualizer.fit on x train and y train, and then we'll do something called as visualizer.score on x test and y test, and then we'll just show visualizer.show. So this will give us our classification report. If you see here, we have 3 classes, 0, 1, 2, and we have 3 metrics here: precision, recall, and F1 score. And if we see here, we can see the precision of for particular class here. For class 2, the precision is 0.72. For 110 class, 1 precision is 1. Similarly for recall for all these classes, and F1 score. So what we have to do is just what we have initialized the model, we have to push it to visualizer, and you will get it will train, it will fit, and it will predict, and we'll get the report here. Next is feature analysis using parallel coordinates. So we have our x, which contains our 4 features, which is petal width, petal height, whatever, right? Whatever the features we have for iris dataset, we have it here under x, and the label is present inside y. So what we'll do here is we'll just push our x and y into parallel coordinates, and then we'll generate g is equal to classification report. Okay, this is one step. Okay, so what we can notice here is so on the x-axis we have 4 features: 0, 1, 2, 3, and our classes 0, 1, 2. So for each classes, how these features are varying, how the values of those features are varying. For class 0, so this is the distribution that is being followed, that from 5 is the max, around 5.5 is the max it can get the value for feature 0. And for feature 1, it can go between 5 to between 3. And for feature 2, for class 0, it will be between 2.5 or 2.4 something. Okay, and it will be around 1. Okay, so similarly we can see the distribution here for distribution of each feature per class, And we can, from this graph itself, we can notice that class 2 and class 1 are a little similar because they follow the same pattern of going down and going up again, while class 0, it continuously goes down from 5 to it goes down till 1 or 0. Okay, so we can understand features better, like the distribution of those features. Okay, so since we have seen that, from here we can notice, right? So here we have class 2 and class 1 are little similar in terms of the values for each feature. Okay, now we can do something called as Pearson correlation. So on top of this particular data set. So for that, what we'll do is from yellowbrick.features import rank 2D, and rank 2D we have to pass in the algorithm, we have to do the correlation with. So we use something called as algorithm is equal to Pearson, and again, as usual, we have to do fit transform on that particular data set. This is feature level understanding of how the features are correlated. Okay, so we'll just run this cell. Okay, so here what we can notice is class the feature 2 is highly correlated with feature 3. Okay, and similarly it goes for feature 0 also with feature 2. Similarly, this negative correlation we can see from between 1 and 2, feature 1 and 2, which comes around 0.5 or between 0.25 to 0. Minus 0.25 to minus 0.5. Okay, so this is much more simpler to analyze what feature analysis we can do with rank 2D feature available from Yellowbrick. So now what we can do is, since we have seen here like how these features are correlated here, we can use something called as joint plot visualizer from Yellowbrick, and we can pass in the algorithm, not the algorithm, we can pass in the columns or features that we want to identify how they are correlating. So here we can see 2 and 3 are correlated, which is almost 1, the score of 1, almost 1. So we can do that here, joint plot visualizer, and apply again. We have to first initialize on which column we have to do the visualization on, and then we have to apply the fit transform, and then just as simple as dot show. So if we see here that this is the value on the x coordinates, we have column 2, and the y coordinate we have column 3, and we can see the distribution of these data points here, which is around almost linear in nature, and that's why we have a correlation of 0.96 for these two columns. So we can change this to, since we have here lesser correlation between 1 and 0, let's see how it looks like here, 0, 1. So it's all over the place, it doesn't have any linear relationship, and even the Pearson correlation is minus 0.118. And we can also look into 0, 2, which should look linear in nature. Yeah, so again this looks linear in nature. This one, it has a Pearson value of 0.87. Okay, so we have seen what we have seen till now is it's for classification problem and the features related to that. Now what we'll do is for a linear regression problem, how we can plot some graphs which will tell us about the errors we are getting. Okay, that's why we'll plot something called as residual plot for linear regression. So for that, what we'll do is from yellowbrick.regressor, we'll import residual plot, and then you have a linear model and include linear regression. Again, we'll do the same thing, train test split, and Boston dataset, which is a house price prediction dataset. And again, we'll split it into features and label, and then we'll do something called as train test split. About 0.2% will be on test dataset, and the 0.8% will be train dataset. Okay, and what we'll do is, since we have this model here, linear regression, we will be initializing inside a residual plot, which is a visualizer. Okay, and then we'll again, as simple as that, as we seen earlier, we just have to do dot fit on xtrain and dot score on test data set, and we'll see the visualization dot show. So how to understand this plot here? First and foremost is this dark thick line represents zero error. Okay, and the light green one represents the test data set, how much it varies in plus or minus with respect to error. Okay, and train also represents the blue one. Okay, So here we can see almost similar result. Actually, the error rate 0.77 for test and 0.73 for train. So it shows the difference, how much the error is changing, okay, in terms of positive or negative direction, positive or negative direction. And here we can look at this distribution for train and test here, and we can notice that majority of the values are present near zero. Okay, the count or frequency of the data points are near zero, and some of them are like spread across plus 10, and some of them are between 0 to minus 10, but majority are in between 0 to 10, both for train and test. So this is just a starting of what we have seen here for Yellowbrick. There are lots of visualization the Yellowbrick provides, and you can explore this particular library, and there are tons of visualization which you can explore. And for with this, right, I'll just conclude this video, and in the next video I'll probably share much more detail with respect to visualization with Yellowbricks. Thank you.